It's another episode of Dungeons and Dragons Misfit Adventures. Thank you for joining us on this marvelous, wet, cold October evening. And if you like Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop games, please go down into our description and see our friends over at minimegastore.com and use the code Misfits for 10% off all of your purchases. And as for tonight's session, let's go and meet the Misfits. Episode 18.
Yay, legal age.
You continued across the underground cavern to the beautiful ship Harvard against the rear wall. You stepped upon the ship, and Taco and A55 were amazed at this beautiful, fantastic vessel. But Dudley and Rogan saw something different. They saw a rotten, decrepit wreck. A ghostly voice forced you to leave and spoke of Saint Matthias's promise of a peaceful resting place. After challenging you to a quick combat, you left, running towards two exits on the nearby cavern wall. Taku and Rogu headed right. A55 and Dudley headed left. We start the session with a split party.
Yeah. DM loves those.
Of course we do. Yes, there's nothing we love more than having to tell two stories in the same session.
You can thank me for that.
So, who do we use first? Let's go with the guy that's nearly dead. Rogu and Taku, you start sprinting down as the cave caves in, and you find yourself in the dark, pitch black, thick dust filling the air after the rocks tumbled, blocking the entrance. Taco, with his dark vision, can see about 100 feet in front of him, even though his dark vision's really, really good because of the dust. Rogu, do you have dark vision? I'm not 100% sure you do.
I do not.
You do not. So, Taco, you will be leading the way, but only with 100 feet.
Oh, please, don't be silly. Taco doesn't lead. He
he's
is
the
a
only
general
one-
on the battlefield.
He's the only one that can see.
No. I will touch Rogu and use him as a pawn and give him a light on his body.
So, as Rogu lights up like a beam, you'll get 30 feet of light and then 10 feet of dim. I think that's light, or is it 20 feet? Been a while since I used light. It was one of my favorite entries.
Right, so the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot and then dim light for 20.
Oh, okay. So I was right with the 40.
But you were right, yeah.
I was right with the 40, but wrong with the numbers. 20 and 20. So yes, lead the way, Rogu.
Sweet. And I'll walk forward.
The cavernous pathway that you're walking through, the walls have been shaped by time. There's no discerning marks, chiseled or otherwise. No pick marks, no dig mark. There's no lanterns on the walls. There's no anything. It's just bare rock as far as the eyes can see at the moment.
Are there any suspicious noises or smells coming from our forward path?
Suspicious smell. Stick your nose in the air and give us a whiff. Roll us a perception.
Okay. Smell 2.
You can smell Taco's dusty, rotten barely clean robe from where he was rolling around on the mattress. Shit.
Sweet.
Very strong, pungent, musty smell. But you continue to walk forward, and you go forward sort of like 100 feet, and you sort of you're almost disorientated by the fact that there's no light, there's barely any air movement. It's a very closed in space. If you were claustrophobic, you wouldn't like it. And now I'll go to the other two. Dudley and A55, you start walking down your tunnel. And your tunnel's lit and marked up with lanterns on the wall, probably every 10, 15 foot. Each lantern is an oil lantern hanging from a spike driven into the brickwork.
Did you see any others go down here?
No.
Why do we go down here?
Well, I don't know. Why did you follow me?
I thought I saw them go down this way.
Do you need glasses? They obviously went the other way.
Fudge.
Fudge. Such a polite. polite.
I'll be probably swearing in Orcish.
But you start to walk down, and the tunnel that you're in is man-made. It's been carved out, smooth walls. You can see that there are parts of it, areas of it that have been sort of fixed, and they've put girders, wooden supports, almost like it was an old mining tunnel. At some point, every sort of 8 to 12 feet, there's a wooden H frame sort of just holding the ceiling up.
If this is well made, hoping there is people to talk to. Or is an exit.
Both roll me a perception.
I could do that.
Based on smell. So have you got any advantages?
I don't have a nose.
So you don't get any advantage.
I'm at 13.
Four.
A55 without a nose manages to get a whiff, a heavy smell of cooking food.
Mm. Ding ding.
Ding ding.
That smells like food.
What do you do?
You continue
lethal.
to walk down the tunnel. And as you walk down the tunnel, the smell starts to become a lot stronger and a lot more prominent. Switch back to the other two. So Taka and Rogi, you're starting to feel very enclosed and very claustrophobic. The air in here is very thick, very dense. And as you continue to move forward through the dark, dusty walkway, you start to pick up a really heavy, musty smell, almost moldy, rotten, sickening, putrid is a good word.
Is it the same sort of rotten mold that Taco was rolling in on the bed, or is it like a different kind of odor?
you get a different sort of odor. Although Taco was musty, there's a Taco. He was musty because he was covered in dust and moss.
Okay, fair enough.
This is more of a sewagey, rotting kind of smell.
Okay, fair enough. And while Dudley and A55 were talking in the other route, were we able to hear them?
Good question. No.
Cool.
You're between the two caverns. I mean, the doors were a good 15 feet apart. So there's 15 foot of solid rock between the two walkways.
Okay, so if I were to press my lips against the rock and yell, would they hear?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I will do that. And I will yell, hello.
Very nice. So you're just gonna yell at solid rock. Hello.
Yeah, or maybe look at least on the wall where there's like a slight indentation or crack. So it isn't just a solid stone face.
Sure. You find a crevice. You find a little crack, little crevice of it in the brickwork, and you purse your lips, your reptilian lips as best you can, and shout out, "Hello!" through the rock.
All I can think of is Chunk. Hey, you.
That was in Chunk. It was Sloth.
It was in the Goonies. Leave me
It
alone.
was right film, wrong person. The as you scream at the top of your lungs, a strong breeze bringing with it the smell, putrid, rotten smell, whistles down this walkway with the whisper.
That is terrifying.
See, that must be Dudley. And then carry on.
Did you take one too many hits to the head, Rogu?
Remember, I died.
I'm
lucky.
well aware I've had to use my spell slots on you.
Sells it then. And then just like gleefully skips towards the hopefully what he thinks is Dudley.
I'm just gonna slowly back away from him.
I can just imagine this white dragonborn.
So it's I said, I died, you know. Yeah, I know. I woke your ass up. Okay, start skipping. Like no.
I just start skipping down the corner. Yeah. So he starts skipping. Taco just sort of holds himself back a little bit. Give yourself a good gap. What's your gap between the two of you now? Then Taco, if you're standing back a bit.
Well, I think he's completely nuts, so I'm going to say 60 feet.
Wow, he's giving you a massive berth.
Well, he's a bright light. I can see him even with my dark vision anyway.
So, yeah, it's fine. He's giving you a massive berth. Rogu, as you continue to skip and skip and skip, all I'm going to do is, because without paying attention to where you're walking, all of a sudden, Taco, as you're looking down there and watching this white dragon skip off down, all of a sudden, you just see that bright light just disappear.
Oh, pothole. Okay, noted. And I'll just cautiously walk up to where it is.
Rogu, if you were going down a slide, what noise would you make?
Wow.
Okay, cool. That's what you hear.
Yep, he's lost the plot. He has lost the plot. Okay. Right.
The bright light disappears, and as you sort of walk up with your dark vision, the closer you get, although still dusty and musty, you can see that the cavern sort of does that, but goes on quite a sharp. It's a decline, isn't it? Quite a sharp decline.
So is it literally just still the one path, or does it like go
So
down, and there's another one
as you
across.
sort of look forward, you can see that the rockwork sort of continues for another 10 feet and then comes to an end.
Well, I'm already dirty. I've got to go down here. You know what? Let's see if there is an inflatable raft in my bag of holding.
Roll a D100.
Oh, okay.
I love this bag of holding. It's the greatest idea that I came up with ever.
34.
34. So there's a 34% chance that there's some sort of inflatable raft in there. What can we come up with that's not an inflatable raft that might do the same job? Ah, there's a toboggan. Yes.
That's much more fun.
There is a wooden toboggan in there.
Okay, I will pull it out, cast light on it, and enjoy the route down.
Excellent. You sit on top of your wooden toboggan, listening to "Ah!" as Roku is falling. And away you go. We'll go over to the next one. We'll go back to the other one.
So do we
855.
hear him? Do we hear someone shouting out, "Hello"?
No.
Fair enough.
As the pair of you continue to walk through this very clean, very cut, very, a very clean walkway with the beautiful smell of food. Both roll me a perception again.
You better roll half decent. Fuck.
30-20.
Dudley doing all the work in this duo at the minute. Now, Dudley, you remember
855 done better. I mean, 855 done better last time.
Dudley, as you start continuing down, you can start to see that these lanterns and bits of the walls, and you can see that there's carvings and engravings on them,
Mm-hmm.
and they all look like they're the same stamp that were on the ship.
Do we know what?
Do you
What
remember
language
what
it
carvings
is?
were on the ship?
Yeah. Do I know that 855 can read them?
They weren't they weren't readable carvings. They
Oh, it
were
was just.
they were pictures of Robins.
Oh. So
That
potential other clan members.
stamps on the lanterns and carvings in the walls of all these Robins.
Mm.
And as you rolled a dirty 20, we'll go with the dirty 20. In between two lanterns, you see a picture of 5 Robins. In between the next two lanterns, you see a picture of 4 Robins. You continue to walk. In between the next two lanterns, you see a picture of 3 Robins. As you walk further, you see a picture of 2 Robins.
What do I see for the next one? I understand. I'm presuming it's going to be one, but is it going to
And
be
as
different?
you get to the next one, you see 1 Robin.
Is this how many units these robins had? Like, because I'm going by the war.
Mhm.
I'm guessing that ship that we were at was the last fleet that survived the war.
Fair enough. That's
And
that's what you're believing. That's cool.
I'll go run it by A55 to see if it jogs the memory.
Okay.
So apparently you said that you're in the last holy war here. Are these carvings representing battleships? And
What are you doing? Are you standing there looking at the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5? Where are you?
So
When you've walked down, you've looked at the 1. So you've called A55 over to look at the 1 Robin. A55, roll me a history check.
Oh, I love history. $17.
Cool. 855. You look at these robins and you get the brief memory sort of stuck in the back of your head of that the robins were a formidable force that came over with the clerics, with the paladins, and with the army of warforges. And they were formidable. They were formidable. Word's going to come out in a minute. Formidable sailors. They were navy men. They had a huge armada. But the robins themselves were all very skilled swordsmen, or swashbucklers as such. And 855's gone well quiet.
Oh, yeah. I thought he's frozen.
No, I'm
it's
not frozen. I'm just thinking.
gone really quiet.
Swashbucklers.
Well, while 855 stands there telling Dudley about the robins, both of you make a dexterity saving throw.
Us.
Both of you, yeah.
Flip.
I get over advantage.
I get advantage.
I do.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
Danger
I got
17.
natural 20.
Fair enough. As you're both sort of standing there, and 855 is giving Dudley this history lesson, and Dudley's eyes sort of cross while he's trying to make sense of it. The floor starts to open, but both of you manage to dive either way. And as the dust clears from the rock breaking, you can see that there's a staircase heading downwards.
After you.
Oh, okay.
The two of you start heading down the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Taco and Rogan. I'm trying to keep it so that you guys aren't sitting there for too long getting bored. Rogu, as you were skipping along and all of a sudden the floor just sort of disappeared, you ended up going and heading off down this slippery tunnel.
Mhm.
You managed to sort of gain your senses and get yourself on your back, but you are now sliding down a bare rock on your back. And you're starting to pick up speed. Do you want to do anything to try and slow yourself down?
No, I think he'd be enjoying it in his half brain damage state.
Fair enough. So Rogu continues to shoot down this, picking up speed with every foot that he covers, and starting to sort of not tickle his back either. But it's fine. Taco, who's set off down this tunnel in a toboggan, just sitting on it quite happily. I am going to need some sort of dexterity or your skill to steer this toboggan
Okay.
down a rocky surface.
All right.
To which it's got absolutely no traction whatsoever.
I've just got a nat 20.
Okay. You're able to steer it and you're able to stop yourself from banging into the walls, but control your speed, you have none. And as like Rogu, you are picking up speed. You are going far faster. You're getting a centre parting in your beard. It's starting to separate and run down either side of your face.
Well, this is one way of drying my clothes, I suppose.
But you are picking up speed at a rapid pace. The corners are coming at you much quicker than your dark vision can handle, because they're only sort of 20 to 30, and you're sort of in and out and in, and it's almost becoming like a slalom. Rogo, on the other hand, he's sort of going, on the way down, and sort of now sort of got this spinny, swirly bit going. But Rogo, you sort of get to a point, and it starts to slow and starts to level out a little bit. And as you sort of spin and come out sliding really like that, you've now slowed and stopped on
Cool.
a flat floor.
Okay, I'll get back up and start skipping forward again.
As you start to skip forward, you notice that you're only about 10 feet away from quite a severe drop.
Cool. How big does the drop look?
50 to 60 feet. And with
Can
your with your light that you're emitting, you can't see what's at the bottom.
Okay, I'll start climbing down.
Fair enough. Roger, as you sort of turn and start to turn and start to climb, a very surprised space elf comes flying out of the tunnel on a toboggan. I'm going to tell you what, 855, roll me a D100. I'm going to make one of your own players decide what happened to you.
Oh no.
Uh, 48.
Oh, beats me. So, because I enjoy a bit of fun in this world, as the toboggan comes flying out at the end of the tunnel, Rogu, not quick enough to get out of the way, gets a face full of space elf, and they take off
Oh.
at the edge of the cliff and are now flying through midair. It's like that scene out of ET.
As we're coming off, what do I say? Because I need to make a quick reaction potentially. So that's what
Well,
I'm asking.
you can see a ceiling, you can see a couple of walls, you can see darkness below you.
Okay. Oh well, I may as well stay on the toboggan. I don't know where I'm going. So all right.
Lovely. Be back to you in a minute. The guys that have started heading down the stairs. So, the guys that have started walking down the stairs. Again, it's well lit. They're not oil lanterns anymore, but there are now torches. And each time you walk past the torch, you can see in front of you there another set of lights, as if they're set to come on with the clap. So as you sort of walk past one set sort of three in front of you lights, and it keeps the staircase lit all the way down. You sort of see the staircase start to go down and turn round on itself.
Weird. I mean, still finding it weird. I'm just gonna go carry on following A55 or whoever's in front. Follow the path.
I mean, you guys could be linked arms skipping down the stairs for all I care.
I don't think Warforgers can skip, but I don't know.
But the A55 and Dudley start making their way down the stairs, and you sort of start to feel that the stairs are spiraling.
At least I haven't eaten anything dodgy.
And it almost feels like you've been walking down there for a long time. Like you sort of, your mind sort of half, are you below water level now? Is sort of how far you walked downwards. But that smell, that rich smell, you can now make out that smell that you are picking up is the smell of cooking flesh, some sort of meat. Red meat on the bone.
I'm gonna try and pick up speed.
You can't speak. Donuts. Got to smell a bit quicker.
Yeah. Like if A55 is, not gonna keep up, I'm just gonna go try and pick up some pace.
Fair enough.
It's not fair. Any way I can go any quicker is 4. And start.
Do you wanna help? Pretty much.
Dudley just kind of he sort of picks up the pace and just sort of walks past A55 and starts picking up a little bit of distance. They're sort of like a good 5-10 feet between you now as Dudley's overtaken. Sort of heading nose up in the air, drool coming out, dripping from his one big tooth. As you sort of get down to the bottom of the stairs, it levels out pretty fast. Like just a
Can I roll a dex save just to see if I trip to sudden change?
no, it's no trip. You can see the bottom of the stairs. It's all well lit.
Fair enough.
There's no, but I'm just saying, you sort of get there once the smell gets you, you speed up, the floor levels out pretty quick.
Cool.
And as you sort of stop and you look out, it's almost like it's an underground village in front of you. You can see huts, you can see almost like farmland. There's grass, there's smoke coming from chimneys, there's everything internally coming from inside this thing. And it's lit, beautiful sunlight. Beautiful sunlight coming into this room. And as you sort of look up, you can see that the whole thing is open. It's free and open to the atmosphere. You can see blue skies hundreds of feet
Bloody hell.
above your head.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Is the entrance big enough for me to walk in, or is it get on my knees kind of thing?
No. It's completely open. You walk down a set of staircases and out, basically an outer opening.
I'll wait for A55 to reach up. Catch up on me.
And as A55 catches up and looks upon the exact same thing that Dudley has just seen, you both stare across the village and something catches both of your eyes. Something you pick up on both of it. Both of you pick up on it. And what you can see walking around in this village are dwarves.
So we say hello.
And in a minute, we'll go back to Taco and Rogu.
Yeah.
Taco and Rogu, who are currently flying through the air and not walking on it. There ain't no magic snowman in this one. As you start to descend,
And I'm free. Free falling.
and you start to descend and you start to drop. As you sort of the toboggan has now left the bottom of you, you're sort of down, sort of like, oh shit. And as you look down, you can see that there is a greenish I'm going to call it a pool, for want of another.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Is there any like ledges or anything like that?
The speed that you shot off of the edge, you are in the middle of nowhere. You're a good. I mean,
No. I meant by the pool of green. Is there any like?
oh yeah, it's not. It's like the. It's almost like it's a. Well, you can only really see the pool from this moment, but there is land at the pool level.
Then, as we get closer to it, I will starlight step onto the land so I don't crash into whatever it is.
What's your starlight step? It's quite far, isn't it?
Yeah, 30 feet, so I can magically teleport to any unoccupied space I can see. Just to save my own skin, because
Fair enough. Rogu, who's going down backwards, just suddenly he's looking up. He can see your face, and you just kind of smile and wave and just disappear.
Mhm.
And you head as quickly in the direction of the nearest land. You don't quite make it to the land because there was probably an extra 10 to 15, maybe 20 feet.
then I'll use another starlight step.
What's the reaction time? Because you're going to go, because you're falling quite quickly.
It doesn't say, it just says as a bonus action you can magically teleport.
There's a bonus action.
So I'm thinking of like Nightcrawler kind of scenario. If I can say I can teleport quite quickly because it's a bonus action, not an action, which means it's generally faster.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll me a d20. Use it as a use it as a dexterity because you're trying to use a skill on top of a skill to almost like hover so that you could make an extra.
Okay, so 9 plus 3 for the modifier, so 12 total.
12. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. I'll set a random one. Fine. We'll come back to you in a second. Rogu. Oh, I've got to tell the story. Rogu, as you're holding on to this toboggan, you're going down backwards. You just see Taco disappear from in front of you. You're falling backwards. Is there anything you want to try and do?
Can I try and scuttle into the toboggan and use it as a quasi boat for landing?
I mean, when I say toboggan, I mean a plank of wood with 2 skates on it. It's not, it's this medieval sort of built thing. If you tried to float on it, it would probably sink because it's got that many holes in it.
Okay, can I at least scuttle onto it and the hopes
Use it
of
as a surfboard.
slightly skim the water like a stone?
Sure. I'd love that. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's get my cat sheet.
It's stuff like that where I let people use their inspiration for something cool.
25. Yay.
Wow, mate. You turn into Tony Hawk himself. You grab hold of this thing, you do a couple of flips in the air, straight underneath your feet, and you drive down, putting onto the water, and just it's that whole cool, get the whole pose going. Unfortunately, you're not going anywhere near the land because the land is off to the left of you. So you sort of stop with your really cool pose and then go down into the green pool of liquid.
Cool. I'll immediately engage in swimming as fast as possible to land.
Taco, with your save, you sort of get your starlight step gets you, and you're sort of like you sort of pop back into existence, and as you sort of look down and realize you're not quite there, and you try and pop yourself again to get yourself going, but you catch the water first. It's only your shoes, it's not like the bottom 6 inches, sort of a foot, but you manage to skip yourself and get yourself back onto the land. But this green liquid is on your shoes, or bottom 6 to 12 inches.
Would I know what this liquid is if I've got like herbalism or medicine or anything like that?
Oh, that's
Considering
all
I'm a
right. I mean,
cleric.
as far as you're concerned, it is just a pool of water with a load of green weeds growing over the top of it. Think of a pond with all those stupid little green cheaty things.
Oh, yeah. I'll just
Think of it like that.
get rid of them. Don't
As
need
a
them.
pond. Rogu, as you sort of sink in, the toboggan underneath your feet sort of keeps you buoyant to the point, but you lean and you start to swim. And as you start to swim, your hand starts to brush against quite hard, quite stiff sort of items as such. So sort of sticks and stones and rocks and parts of the plant, and it's hard going. You're strong enough and you're fit enough and you're still alive enough to manage to get yourself over to the beach area where Taco's cleaned off his shoes. As you get out and look back into this streak of clean water where you've swum sort of a good 30 feet, well, 30 to 50 feet from where the toboggan went in, roll me an investigation.
Okay.
Taco's too worried about his shoes.
Investigation equals 20.
Wow, that's a good investigation. Those hard, stiff bits of items that you were hitting as you were swimming were bones, remnants of skeletons. You can see skulls and ribs and legs and arms and everything sort of laying underneath the water's surface. Some of them sort of in position, sort of like that, almost reaching for some of them just sort of laying on their backs, others broken and smashed.
Fine. Oh, that water was full of skeletons, it was. Creepy.
You're not going to yell into the water and say hello, are you?
Good thinking.
Yeah. Completely balmy. Okay.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, great idea. Fantastic. Oh, I love you, Jack. Amazing. As Jack screams, as Rogu screams hello into the water, that ominous voice that spoke to you before, that breeze sort of hits you on this beach side, and you hear,
Can I tell which direction the breeze / voices come from?
in this sort of little cavernous bit that you're in, feels like it's coming from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be back to you in a minute. Back to 855 and Dudley. You step out and you see these dwarves, and these dwarves are working, they're living, they're cooking, they're carrying on with life as a normal village would. Almost oblivious of the fact that they're living 300 feet underground.
There's no gods.
No gods.
There's just
Just a village.
I'm gonna go try walk in without. I'm just gonna go walk in. Just say hi to whoever notices.
Fair enough. What are you doing, 855? Going with him? Hanging out? Doing your
So
things?
I'm gonna put a man emoji on my face and then I'll walk in.
A man emoji on your face.
Yep.
You mean your face?
Yeah.
With a nose and eyes and a mouth and a couple of like ears on the side.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. You walk down into the village. Excuse me. You sort of walk down and it's lush grass. There's dandelions. There's yellow flags. There's all sorts of just flowers growing. Nice, beautiful rose bush. There's a rhododendron, because I can remember the name of that one. Sort of growing. This is a beautiful, lush sort of set farmland, but 250, 300 feet underground.
Yeah, I'm just looking around in awe.
And you hear a scream from behind one of the bales of hay. We've got guests! And all of a sudden, from behind all these bales of hay, from behind barrels, from through doors, out of windows, just this horde of sort of 100 dwarves, males, females, kids, sort of come rushing over to you.
Hello?
One man, one dwarf sort of pushes through the crowd. Out of my way, out of my way. And he sort of puts his little stick on the floor. Old man, big grey beard, long white hair, sort of steps in front, almost out of breath from pushing all the other ones out of the way. As he sort of steps in front of you, welcome to Robin's Eden.
You're right.
Does that explain the Robin's crest? Welcome
Yes,
here.
you've found the Robin's Eden. Home of the Robins since the mighty holy. And who might you be?
My name is Dudley. My metal friend over here is A55.
Wow, metal friend. But
What?
yes,
What?
I
You're
am.
wooden?
And he sort of steps forward and he goes, did you say A55?
That's his name. I think it says it on one of his plates.
A55 is back among us.
Who the hell are you?
That's not very nice.
See, I don't remember a lot of things, sir. My memory seems to be a little scrambled after.
You were one of the first built, the first transported to the world.
You're correct.
Starting to shake a little bit as he sort of leans forward, leans back, standing himself up again. It's very old.
Should I hold you as you look like you're gonna fall on your back?
Nope. I can manage. And he sort of stick, and the stick stays in the crook. He can't hold it with his hand. It's in the crook, and he sort of puts it. And there's a couple of steps to catch up with it, and keeps walking on. Come on. It's almost like that scene now, Monsters University. You see where they're all creeping, and then Sally just takes one step. It's like that. He takes three, and then you take one. Walk this way.
Okay.
And he starts to lead you.
Normally, or like you?
He starts to lead you into the village, and all of the other dwarves are just they've surrounded you. None of them look quite as old as this gentleman. But you can see that there's a couple of them that are definitely over the 100 mark. Although some of the kids are quite fresh. They've still got the moss on their hair. Because dwarves just spring out of the ground. Which of course is ridiculous. Then they reference. You're all rubbish. Damn it. God, I'm too geeky for my own good. Back to Taco and Rogan. After looking in the river and this lake and seeing this huge body of water just filled with skeletal remains, and once Taco's finished clearing off his shoes, you sort of turn around and start to scope the area that you're in. And as you turn around, you can see that you are in a graveyard. There's probably 100 built stone graves on the beach area behind you. And built into the stonework, there is a huge crypt.
Is that the only like pathway we see?
Yes.
Roku, as I'm the only sane one here, I think you should lead into the crypt.
Okay.
I'm sure I heard the hello coming from over there.
Ah, Dudley. And then continue to skip.
He's lost the plot. He's lost the plot.
As
I
you sort
framed
of
my damage.
you start skipping through this graveyard, and you know each of these graves have got names on them and years and beloved father and loved by all and all of this. You sort of pick up all of this. It's a normal what you consider grave site.
Sorry to interrupt. Do any of the headstones, is there like a common theme to them? Is like a particular mark or particular wording on them?
No. It's just like walking through a graveyard.
All different. Okay, cool.
Well, I suppose roll me an investigation. You asked a good question. Roll me an investigation.
Okay.
Let's see what my memory's like.
14.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. You can see the on each of the graves, you can see that there is one mark, one very similar, one very same emblem, and it's an emblem that you've been carrying around since episode 1.
Ah, the sun necklace.
Yes.
Ah. Can I look at my sun necklace and kind of compare them and see if anything weird is happening?
You
Or if
can
it's-
the engraving on the stone is exactly the same as the one that's on your medal.
Funky. Hi, I've got this symbol, Taco. Cool. Kind of put it back
Yeah.
in.
Yes. Very well done. Now, crypt.
Yes.
Right.
Crypt.
Crypt. What is a crypt?
A crypt is a
Oh, no, I'm
glorious
asking.
grave. It's where the important people are kept.
Oh, I was asking character.
Yeah, well, as you get out to the front of the crypt, the chain gate, huge iron gate, and beautiful carved stonework. Each side of the door, you've got a statue of a knight. Yeah, you were there at the Fight Club, weren't you? The armor looks really familiar to you on the statue of these knights.
Yeah, was it that guy who fought Dudley?
Remember the name, and I'll give you an
185.
inspiration. Actually, I'll tell you what.
So,
Remember the name, and I'll give you a nat 20.
Cornelius.
Close. He was one of the guys, but he wasn't the
Am
one.
I allowed to go intervene or not?
I'm offering it to anybody that can remember it.
Is either a Sir Gregorius,
It's no Evers. I want an answer. Who is it?
alright.
I'm offering a
If
nat
it-
20 here.
I can't remember the guy's name that I faced, but the one that faced A55 was Sir Gregorius.
Sir Gregorius.
Yes.
Sir Gregorius. The armor that you see on the statues themselves look exactly the same as the armor that Sir Gregorius was wearing in battle at the pit.
Nice.
Yeah, memories and notes. I'll give it to Rogu. Then that 20, natural 20.
Yay. Cool.
We might need it more than we get at the moment.
Okay, so they're wearing the same stuff as Lord Gregory was.
Can you remember? Can you remember where Sir Gregorius came from?
The island we don't want to visit.
The island you don't want to visit. Yes. Well done.
Yay.
That's the island, yes. The island you don't want to visit.
Cool. Oh.
And as you stare at
sorry,
you stare at these statues and you're like, oh yeah, Gregorius. He's got good taste in armor. No, I like it, yeah. And you sort of come back to the large steel iron gate, and you can see that the lock on the iron gate has been buckled and broken, bent, and smashed.
Is it obvious what it's been broken, buckled, and smashed with, or is there no weapons or debris left?
There's no real debris. I mean, you can see rolling an investigation. This is investigation.
7.
Questions. 7. Yeah, you can see it was smashed by something big and blunt.
Would I be able to discern how long it's been there for by looking at the oxidization?
The oxidization. Again, roll me an investigation.
21.
So you look at it, pretty fresh. Not a lot of rust underneath the broken ironwork, but from looking at it, you can see that it was something trying to get in, not something trying to get out.
Off you go, Rogie.
Oh.
Skip your merry way into danger.
Yes.
Oh dear. Rogu skips his merry way into the crypt. The crypt is dark, dusty. That smell that was coming out of this area and through into that cave, that dark, dank, moldy, rotten, fleshy smell is what was coming from this particular crypt. The air in here is dark, dank, close, smelly, vile, putrid. Just, yeah, it almost takes your breath away just to breathe in this particular dwelling. And you can see racks and racks and racks of coffins, wooden coffins. Some of them have started to rot and break, and the brass handles are starting to hang off. But you can see that these coffins were really well built. They're very expensive. Taco sort of almost looks at them as if to say, these are the kind of coffins built for royalty, because, that's how he feels about stuff that's generally pretty.
No. Our craftsmanship's far more eloquent than this.
And, well, I mean, these are old and rotten. Do you know what I mean? They're still standing the test of time.
And that's why we have it's space, no air.
But yes, the area you are is a burial site for important people.
Is on the different coffins and all that lot, is there any names that we would recognize or anything like that?
I mean, you can check every name on every coffin if you want.
I just want to have a look just in while Rogu's gonna kill himself in a minute. Check a couple.
You can see that most of them sergeants, colonels, admirals. You can see that there's lots of different sort of ranked members of oh my god, military in there. You sort of peek round the corner and you can see that there are even a couple that are marked down as prints. You know, there was oh my god.
When I look at these, do I, just because it was the Sir Gregorius's armor on the knight, is there any indication that this could be like the bloodline of ancestors for Gregorius?
Interesting. I mean, Gregorius is wearing the armor of the city of Telena. So it's what that emblem of the sun is. But yeah, no, not necessarily a bloodline. These could have been royalty that came from other islands and fought in would have fought in the original Holy War.
Okay. After checking a few, I'll probably just see if Rogu's been eaten yet or not.
The couple of coffins that really catch your eye, like really catch your eye. There was one coffin in the name Prince Francis.
Okay.
And the other one, and half of the name was missing, but you catch it as Prince Desa.
Desa. Okay.
And these ones look, they're that. Oh, these are built really well. These are you know, somebody invested a lot of money in these. These guys must have been bloody important. Both of you roll me a perception.
10.
10 for both. Both of you together, sort of. Rogu's stopped just up ahead. And Taco, as you're sort of reading these, both of you hear one word echo from inside this crypt. Master.
Bastard.
And now we'll go back to A55 and Dudley.
Oh.
So, A55 and Dudley are being led through this village by this horde of dwarves as they're sort of leading you over. And you can see that they've built this huge workshop over one side. Mechanical arms sort of pushing and pumping and sort of, and you know, they've basically built a functioning mechanical water pump underground, bringing them fresh water in, and it's mixing out the salt and changing it to fresh water. I mean, dwarves,
That's
you know, mechanical
amazing.
geniuses. As you sort of see all this huge stuff, but when you look closer, when you really look closer, you can see that the arms and the metal and the parts of the cogs and everything, especially the A55 notices that it's made out of parts of warforges.
Oh, damn.
A55, are you with us?
Early. What?
Should I be concerned?
There's one that A55 barely with you. So yeah, so I was just describing about all this wonderful mechanical stuff that you've seen in this village. And all of this stuff. But as you look at it, an A55 notices more than the others that the mechanical parts are made up of parts of warforges. And that's why you should fucking pay attention.
Do I
Pleasure.
notice the body language of A55?
I don't know, what's A55 body language? What does the emoji face look like?
Hold on.
I'm just gonna try and find
It's on their phones.
Oh, there you go.
You seen something?
These parts are made of my kind.
I promise you that if they do try anything, I will try and stop them.
Helpful. I might be dead, but it's helpful.
The old man still with his stick in his crook, just keeps stepping forward. And so as you can see, after the war, we've managed to rebuild our society, although the few of us, and not as plenty as we wished. Many left the islands and went on their way, but left us here to fend, and we've been doing quite well at it. Yes.
So you've been down here for all those years and never went to the surface?
We've popped up occasionally to see the people, but the natives didn't like us much. They tried to shoo us back into the ocean, as you would after we tried to conquer your island. But after we settled and we lived quite nicely, we saw that the new settlers were making their way in. Once they've overtaken the natives, we may make our way back up and live among, what's the word? Live among society again.
So the natives don't like you.
But well, you wouldn't like me much either if I tried to come and kick you out of your home. I mean, the holy wars weren't exactly a nice few years of life. A55 would remember most of that, wouldn't you?
Yes, most.
Yes, and after we managed to forage and salvage what was left of the war forges, we've managed to build a mechanical civilization here. As you can see, we've got water pumps, and we're able to clean the seawater at low level and remove the salt. We take it up to the servers and sell it to the villages or the cities, and yes, we make ourselves a tiny penny. What? Yeah.
Ever try to go talk to the natives and patch things up like a treaty?
Unfortunately, they see a dwarf and they see the dwarves as cursed because of that damn Mateus.
What
I want the
what has
greed.
Mateus done?
Yes. Cursed us. Cursed us. You must know of the curse.
I do not.
No dwarf could drink without it turning to gold. No dwarf could eat without it turning to gold. No dwarf could sleep. No dwarf exact. Living became a nightmare. For what greed we had, nothing could quench our thirst, etc., etc., etc.
I see.
So we came down here and built ourselves a new civilization, far away from that wretched place.
So us saying about a trading agreement with the settlers is a no-go for you.
trading with the settlers. We trade with the settlers. We sell them salt. It's what they wish. We trade with the settlers. Yes, but we've got to make
But
money
nothing of the
somewhere. We're
natives.
dwarves.
I have a question.
Is it an important one?
I would think so, yes. You see how you've made your, lives out of my kind. Do you by chance have any spare parts?
Many a spare part knocking around down here. Hold on. Take young L855 into the spare shed and sort him out.
Do you want me to go with you, A55?
Yes, I don't want to become the spare parts.
If you don't mind.
Untrustworthy. Gosh.
I do apologize for my rudeness. I never caught your name, my dear sir.
Ah, my name, yes, the leader of this fine clan of dwarves. I am clan leader Morton.
Mort. Is that all right if I go with my colleague
Of course, yes.
and come back to
Please.
you when all thing is done?
Yes, and don't forget to come and join us for some libations, liquid and red meat burning on the fire. Can you smell it?
That's the first. That's how I found you guys. I'm not gonna lie.
This is very true. We could smell your foods from a while back.
Lovely. So this sort of younger looking dwarf, he sort of walks you away and he starts taking you over to a large barn area. And as he sort of opens up the door, mounds of chest plates, helmets, shoulder plates, legs, arms, hammers, shields, just masses of bent and buckled warforged parts. Cogs, gears, all sorts of nuts and bolts.
I'll stick by you. If you wanted to say no, I'll back you up. Just say the word.
I will. Yes, I will follow. I suppose.
Well, he's opened the door and he showed you the bits.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not really in best shape. Do you mind if you would see if there are any parts that could either protect or replace my dodgy arm and
Yeah, no. Please, the young sort of dwarf with a little bit of a stutter, just sort of, yeah, please, just, help yourself. Any parts that fit you, you're welcome to them. As a member of the original Holy Wars, you're celebrity down here.
why thank you.
Yes, but please, go in. Yes, it's a pleasure to have you in our village.
Let's see. Yes, I will.
So
grab.
you roll me an investigation on the pile of.
Of course.
Dudley,
Mm-hmm.
as he's sort of walking back out the door, he sort of taps you on the arm and pulls you down to his level.
I'll go down on my one knee.
Once your friend has gathered these bits, get the fuck out of here. And he sort of he nudges you and points you over to the smoke. And as you look over, roll your perception.
$19.
The meat that is being turned on the spit is an orc.
Appreciate it. Do you want to come with? As you're not as barbaric as your fellow kin.
I've got a family. I must stay. But please, leave. Leave.
Yep.
And he sort of hustles.
Thanks for the heads up. I will. Do I see anything that catches my eye?
Other than the fact that it's one of you cooking on the spit. No, not really.
Cool.
Fuck. Yeah, I grab from what.
Roll me an investigation. I said roll me an investigation. What's
Oh
the
yeah,
number?
17.
Cool. You grab a load of bits and pieces. You sort of stick a shield on your back, and you sort of carry this, and you sort of put something else on, and you sort of load yourself up, and you've got like a couple of arms full of bits.
Are you done?
Like it might fit you.
Cool. Yes, I am done. What's the rush though?
Let's leave.
Okay. Calm yourself. Where?
Out of here. Out of this.
Yes, but where's the exit?
Where we were. We go
No,
up
all
those
the way back.
stairs.
Okay.
Well, we have. There's nowhere else. We don't see another exit, do we?
Good point.
The only way is up.
The only way is up, baby. For you.
See. Ow. Walk now. Leave. I'll follow.
Yes. We leave now.
You go
Cool.
first.
You gather all your bits and pieces. You start to walk through the village, and we'll swap back to Rogu and Taco. The frustration growing between you two groups is quite fun. I'm enjoying this. I was expecting this to be a lot harder than it is, but it's fun for me. I'm enjoying it.
Rogue, I think he was talking to you. Yeah, he wouldn't talk to royalty like that. You sort him out, Rogu. You do you.
Why I order, and I'll pull up my sleeves and go in there.
So much cartoon.
As Rogu sorts to try and walk around the corner. As he sort of gets there, he sees a very similar, very familiar sight. This huge green winged dragon king.
Oh, what was his name? Dalek. Yeah, that was it.
Dalek.
That's the one.
And as you sort of see him, you can see him. He's standing over a huge stone sarcophagus, sort of in the center of one of these rooms, with all the stacks either side.
Interesting.
I'm giving you the chance to offer to do something. If you just stand there and go, then I'll carry on.
Is he
Preoccupied?
when I reveal myself, does he move at all, or is he staying put?
No, he is transfixed on something.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't notice me. Okay, fair enough, cool. Can I see what he's transfixed upon?
This sarcophagus.
Oh, so he's just staring at that. Okay. So, sorry, remind me again where his positioning is in respect to this sarcophagus. Is
So the sarcophagus is in the center of one of these like little areas with all of the coffins sort of stacked on each other either side of them. You've just sort of walked around the corner, and you've seen him in the center of the room at this large stone sarcophagus.
Okay. What's in there, Dalek?
Did you just ask him a question?
No. I was talking to myself. Okay, I'll peek background and I'll let Taco know that Dalek is in there.
The Dalek is in there, yes. The pair of you, as you sort of hide on that corner. If you want to roll a stealth roll, roll a stealth roll. If you don't give a fuck, then just don't roll.
Yes,
I'll
please.
attempt, yeah. That's probably not going to get any better. So, yeah, that's an 8.
Okay.
One
Rogu is
second.
skilled at this. Let's see what Rogu rolls.
21.
But you are covered in light.
Oh,
that hour ran out ages ago.
Okay.
That ran out before it dropped into the green chip. Yeah. Cool. As the two of you sort of hide, and Rogu sort of keeps pushing Taco backwards, like really hand in the face, like, back round, kind of. Taco's not liking it, but Taco's, it's like, get off of me. I'm royalty. You don't treat royalty. It just keeps pushing him out of the way. Bless you, Ray. And the pair of you sort of stop, and sort of Taco sort of tries to reach around, but yeah, you see this huge sort of 8-9 foot tall green dragonkin standing over the top of this huge stone sarcophagus. The light beaming through a small gap, high level above all the other coffins, sort of almost like purposely put there to shine light over this particular sarcophagus itself. But you can see that he's waiting. You can see that he's holding something in place over the top of this sarcophagus and just waiting for the light.
Are there, from our point of view, any particular engravings or things on this sarcophagus?
What, from the distance you're at? I mean, you'll be able to tell. It's light enough because of the light coming in the thingy. So if you want to look, roll me an investigation. If one of you wants to help the other one, you can roll.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll give you the advantage if you want it.
Oh, thank you.
Considering you're nuts.
Oh, he's cuckoo.
15.
Although only held briefly in the underground Eden, where you made your way to a particular sarcophagus before, the emblem that you lovingly bestowed on Delic when he was just a little dragonling is printed all around the lower part of this sarcophagus.
Is what I'm not understanding. So, assuming this is the tomb of Saint Matthias, Saint Archbishop Matthias, which is what I'm inferring from all of this, then if the theory that he's the seed of life and his body was absorbed into kind of nature, why would he have remains? Unless I'm not piecing the stories together, they seem a bit conflicting. Unless he wasn't actually absorbed, it was kind of his life energy. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually.
Or something completely different that you won't know.
This isn't anyone useful at all. It's just a random person's sarcophagus. It's Barry from down the pub.
Well, I just want to point out you went to his first sarcophagus and it was freaking empty. He found his medallion.
Maybe it's the sarcophagus of Indiana Jack.
Jake Human, wasn't it?
Something like that. That's it. Yeah.
Jack Human.
Okay, Rogu, how do you want to play this? Do you want to incapacitate him or look for an exit?
Good question. That's a great question. As you sort of ask this, you hear again, Master, we will be reunited soon.
Does the voice come from Delic?
Yes.
Okay.
Bit different from the master.
Well, if we get that medallion off of him, then in theory he'll turn back to Dalek, and we can beat him up easy.
He's currently
Perfect.
holding the medallion in his hand.
Then
Okay.
I
Not
am
really.
going into my bag of holding, and I am hoping I can find some chloroform in a bottle. You can see where this is going to go.
Yeah. I've got it. I'd probably a D100. You know the routine.
I know, but I'm just making sure. 8.
No. not even a sleeping pill. You say there's a book of nursery rhymes. Or lullabies. There's a book of lullabies.
That's not going to be useful.
Well, it's along the right lines of what you were looking for, right? There's
Okay.
something to put him to sleep, so you found a book of lullabies.
I have an idea, Rogu.
You've got second.
I've got
to put it
plan
into
B.
action.
Oh no, I don't, because I lost those.
Hmm.
Oh, what was plan B? I'm intrigued now. What did you lose?
I sold my bagpipes.
Oh, you did.
That I was going to try and create some horrid noise and hope
Fair enough.
that doesn't. That's all right.
See,
Then we'll.
A few seconds pass while you're sort of you rummage and you sort of pull out this book of nursery and sort of throw you carry on rummaging. But a few moments pass, and all of a sudden you hear and all this clicking and all this breaking and all of a sudden from the sarcophagus itself, it sort of goes and dust sort of pops out from underneath the lid.
Okay. One last attempt, Rogu. I'm going to go into my bag and holding and see if I can find like one of those gladiatorial nets with the weights, kind of like a bowler net kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I know you're on about.
Um,
It's a D100.
52.
Compete with the DM. Okay. Don't quite find something. You managed to pull out a weighted fishing net. Not quite as sturdy as what you were looking for. Quite thin, stringy net. But it's weighted.
Okay, Rogu, let's try and use this and stop whatever's going on.
Okay.
Explain to me what you're going to do.
Try and, if he's that heavily distracted, try and creep up on him, both of us, and basically pin him down and use the weighted thing to try and stop him, basically.
Sure. You run over to him, and you sort of throw the net over, and you try and pull him down and pin him. Both roll me in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 19.
Ooh.
9.
Lovely. 27. So as you try and cover him with the net, he just sort of he almost like stands up and just sort of looks either side of him and sees the pair of you there. And you can see his claw just sort of reach up to the net. And he just goes,
Is that
His idea.
and you see the claw just cutting through the net, one bit at a time.
Is that the claw that's holding the thing?
No, that's still on the. He's still holding that.
Can I just keep stabbing at the hand that's holding the thing? Then hopefully, let's go with it with my dagger.
You want to try to stab his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you can roll me an attack. He's currently in a net, so you've got to try and stab him through a net. But
Oh, that's fine. The net won't work anyway.
But yeah, the finger keeps just cutting through the one bit at a time.
24.
Cool. Yeah. The attack's great through the net, through the hand. Dagger goes into it. Roll me damage.
Cool. So that will be a nice maximum rolls. That's 11 total slashing damage.
Cool. He lets out a
Sorry, piercing.
He lets out a little wince or a minor sort of as you get stabbed. The dagger sort of stuck in the back of his hand. It goes from gently doing it with one finger to a claw, runs it down, just splitting the net in two, without even paying either of you any attention. Just pushes forward and knocks the top of the sarcophagus onto the floor as it cracks in two.
Okay, so now that my hand method didn't work, can I try cutting the sort of the string or the ribbon of this medallion instead?
So he's holding the medallion, right?
Oh, okay, damn. All right, never mind. All right, cool.
I'm
And
seeing.
he's basically got a dagger running through there.
I will attempt to stab him with my spear.
Oh.
And try and do the same thing just to try and loosen that grip on the medallion.
Okay.
Come on, be good. 10.
Doesn't even phase him. Yeah. The end of your spear gets sort of caught up in the net as you try to stay up.
Then can I use a bonus action to unarmed strike him? Just try and slap him.
I got it. Yeah. I mean, I got unarmed striking.
18.
18 hits.
It can only do 2 damage anyway, so.
So you slap him on the back of the head again. That the head sort of turns, and he's gonna wing attack at Taco because he's annoyed at him. Which would be a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do He's gonna do a push. So he's gonna use his wing to throw you backwards. So do a strength. It wouldn't be a strength. Contested strength.
Okay.
Man.
I got 10.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, 25.
Okay, yeah.
You're flung back 10 feet and you're now on the floor prone. And I can just imagine it.
I could really use a spell right now.
And you see him reach in and he grabs at something. You don't quite catch what it is. And he turns and sort of shrugs off the net and looks at Rogu standing there kind of just looking at him. Taco laying on the floor. And he opens his wings, huge 20-foot wingspan sort of comes out. Bright, glistening yellow scales inside these green wings. And he starts to flap, and the dust sort of gets torn up and spit and spat everywhere. And he just rises up into the air and starts to fly out. But I'll allow you both to make a perception roll before he leaves.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's decent. 22.
20.
Yeah. Remember those rolls. We'll be back in a minute. So 855 and Dudley start to leave the village. 855 with an arm full of bits of his cohorts from 100 years previous.
An arm full of arms.
An arm full of arms. As you start to make your way through the village, you sort of hear, "Where are you going? I thought you were joining us for dinner. A
What's my
libation."
appetite?
I don't eat food.
Got stuff to do.
No, but please, A55, you must join us.
Sir, I don't eat. What do you want me to do?
A55 is still on important business.
This
He
is very
still
true.
is
I do
needed.
have a mission to do, guys. I can't stick around. I'm gonna have to leave you guys. I'm planning to Hans.
No, they must go. Not even. They,
Oh, goodness gracious.
oh dear. He sort of the guy sort of hobbles quite quickly and says, "No, you must stay. Please stay for dinner."
And again, we got a mission to deal with. Can't stay.
Fair enough. And you continue to walk during all of this. You don't sort of stop moving, and you start heading out of the village. And you sort of he slaps his stick down on the floor and he goes, "Don't let them leave."
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
And then this horde of like 100 dwarves start chasing you.
I'll tell A55 to book it. And I will
Right,
try to do everything in my power to make obstacles just so A55 can make it.
Dudley, me too. I'm gonna grab one of the plates that I picked up and I'm gonna frisbee at their legs.
Frisbee.
You need these parts.
Mate, I can do without a single plate. I've got like that much.
He rolled well. It was a 17. It's good.
Alright.
It allows me to do some bits on his bodywork as well. Get to do some modelling.
But I'll just do that, just try and make obstacles for them.
Yeah, I mean you're sprinting past houses, you're sprinting past sort of fires, you're sprinting past a well. Okay, you want to ignore all of them. Cool, you keep sprinting.
No, I'm just whatever I can do, I'll try and make.
Well, I'm offering you things so you can have an idea of what you want to do to it on the way past.
If there's carriages, try and top it over.
Are there lanterns on the ceiling?
No. It's open air, remember? Nothing but blue sky above your head.
If there's valves, supposed to leave us all steam.
Interesting.
Steam pressure.
Yeah, some of the mechanical pipe work, you can swing at the mechanical pipe work. Okay, cool. So you've come up with a couple of ideas. You're knocking off pipe work, you're knocking over carriages, you're knocking over things. Roll me a D100. Excuse me.
$38.
Cool. 38 of them make it through what you've done and continue into chase you as you run towards the staircase.
We can't do
try
38
find other ways.
Yeah. You're now clear of the village. Although you've got an advantage over these guys because they're just dwarves, the pair of you can move quicker than them.
What are the stairs made out of?
Stone.
If I hit it with my hammer, do you think it would break and slide down?
I mean, it would break and crack, but you wouldn't be able to shatter it.
No, just like you see those people that hit the thing and then like a bit comes off and it starts.
Yeah. They're just stone steps. You know,
Okay.
there's no stones big enough to create what you're thinking.
All right.
But you know, somebody can call lightning if you thought about it.
Don't know who can.
But you reach the staircase and there's still a group chasing
What else is there? What else is there? Is on the entrance?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that can block our way, like a gate that falls down, or?
No gates. It was open. It was free. It was free entry. But I mean, like it's stonework all the way around the staircase. The staircase is a spiral staircase.
If there's any cauldrons of fire, I will try and tip it over so there's like a wall of flames.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. You're already at the staircase. The staircase is nothing but torches on the wall.
I will try and take off and throw. Right.
Fine. You continue.
If there's anything I can do to,
yeah.
damage.
I mean, I've told you what's around. I mean, you're hitting bits of
stone.
You both sort of told me that you want to hit stone, so you're all hitting stone. But I mean, you're putting chips in it. You're throwing things. It's all heavy dwarven stonework. I mean, dwarven stonework doesn't break with a hit of a hammer.
If I could make a landslide or rock slide,
yeah.
I'll try find like weakest points and try all.
So you use your brain, Dudley. All right, I'm going to let you use your brain. You remember that when you walked through the original walkway, there were what was that?
Yeah. You Johnsons.
Huh?
No, the bollards, bollards.
Sure. Stanchions.
Stanchions.
It's a bit of wood holding the tunnel up.
As soon as we go past one, I will try and hack it down.
Both of you roll me dexterity because you're starting to no constitution. You're both starting to get tired now. Trying to outrun. You can hear the rabble behind you up the staircase or down the staircase.
So constitution.
Constitution check, saving throw. Same difference.
Go on, just check.
22.
Cool.
11.
Oh dear. The Warforged starts to get tired, even though it doesn't have lungs or require any energy or water or air of any kind. But the Warforged is starting to get tired. Knees are starting to seize, joints are starting to creak. Starts to slow. You've lost 5 foot off of your movement speed until you have a long rest.
Can I? If I do, just trying to think, because I do not mind doing this. Can I try and push A55 ahead of me? Because I'm gonna go try and go stall these guys.
Yeah, well, A55 was ahead of you anyway because you've been behind him stalling.
Cool.
But by pushing A55, he can only move 25 foot, which slows you down to 25 foot.
So as soon as we get to one of those little things, I'll start hammering it like a lumberjack.
But yes, A55, you've lost 5 foot off your movement speed until you have a long rest. So you gotta remember. You continue to book out the stairs. A55 now moving at the same pace as the dwarves, so you're not managing to gain any distance on them. The dwarves sort of hobbling up the stairs, you can hear the noise, the rabble, the almost anger as they chase you up this spiral staircase. But as you get to the top, and you step out into that main corridor, puffing and puffing for breath, you can see, because you never asked before, you can see that the pathway goes 2 ways. The way that you came and the way that you didn't ask the DM about before you went down the staircase.
I will go through that new place, and whatever
support beam there is,
Yeah.
I will try and hack it.
Roll me an attack roll.
Am I allowed to rage?
Yes.
I'm gonna rage just on
I mean, I can
purpose.
imagine you'd be raging anyway because you just watched dwarves cooking one of your kin.
Yeah, but I would rather book it and then have a breather and get angry saying that's enough.
Mm-hmm. A55 catches you up.
Hurry up. 15 to hit.
I mean, it's an inanimate bit of wood, and more attack rolls with the rage than anything else. So roll me damage.
10 plus 2 for raging, 12 points of bludgeoning.
Cool. You smack one of the side stanchions. You see the wood move. A few drops of brick or rock from above sort of drop down. Hasn't fallen yet. You got 2 more swings before those dwarves are at the top of the stairs.
So what? 2 more damage. 2 more damage rolls.
Just roll damage. Don't worry about the attack roll. It's an inanimate object. Doesn't have armor. It's like hitting a nail with a hammer. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to defend itself.
11 points of bludgeoning.
Cool. Again, smash it, and it starts to. It sort of like tips and tilts, and the top drops. You can see the ceiling sort of do that.
Ten points of bludgeoning.
That's all right. I say you're 24, so you're fine. You needed 1. So as you hit this stanchion, the bit this huge sort of like foot square bit of wood just hits the floor. The bit of the ceiling drops, almost smacking you in your head. The rock almost comes down like a slab and snakes. And you see at least 20 foot of ceiling just drop and land over the top of this staircase.
Are you alright?
Who gonna you A55, not me.
Slightly petrified, but sure.
At least you were used to be. Your kind was used to be useful. We got used as food.
Yeah, you were used to go num num. I was used to make
Num.
water.
Yeah, let's not
See,
tell
they wanted you to
others
stay
about
for
this.
dinner. What did they take you for? A cannibal?
They are probably hoping I was stupid. Let's say.
You're close, very.
Well, I'm close to stupid or what? What are you
Very
trying to
close
say?
to stupid, my friend.
Close to stupid or nearly dinner? One of the two.
No.
He was nearly dinner.
As you stand, you can hear underneath that rockwork.
Let's hurry up before they find a way to break through the rock. Knowing these dwarves, they got something.
They're dwarves. What do you expect they don't have?
You don't have you at the moment.
As you sort of turn and you look, you can see that there's the walkway continues, really dark, but quite spacious.
That's nice.
Back to Taka and Roby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So got a 20 on that perception.
And I got 22.
Cool. So as you see Delic rise up and fly out, you can see in one hand, which has still got the dagger poking out of it. So you are 1 dagger down, Roby.
Oh no, my glitter. Ah,
It wasn't your glitter blade. Did you use your glitter blade?
yeah.
You didn't say it was your glitter blade. So you've lost your glitter blade. Sorry.
Oh. All right, give it back. Start running after him.
As
Damn
he sort of
kids.
flies off and swoops out. But you see in his other hand, you see a book. a big sort of brown bound leather book.
Interesting.
Do we see where he flew off to?
Out the way he came in,
Okay.
so over your heads and then round the corner. If you want the as he leaves the steel gate, I'll give you that.
No, I was just seeing if, because obviously our way out is kind of close. I was looking to see if there was like another way.
Can I cautiously peek into this sarcophagus?
You can, yes.
Okay,
You
I'll do
peek-
that.
It's a good sign. You peek into the sarcophagus, and inside the sarcophagus, there is a petrified skeleton. Still a little bit of flesh hanging onto the bone, but not a lot. More cobweb in there than anything else. Very surprised look on his face. You can see that his hand was resting over his chest, but is now sort of leaning off to one side.
And for the top of the sarcophagus that fell off and broke, is there any writing on it, like a name plate?
There is writing on it, yes, but there's only one man that can read it. Yeah,
Ah. Rethy was ill.
Yeah.
No, we finished that.
Yeah, you found that one.
We really need A55 to teach us this scripture. That would be helpful.
No chance.
No.
Not happening, mate. That makes me not useful.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Okay, friend.
The Rethy was ill.
Would either of you have parchment in your thing? Maybe a bit of coal, chalk, a crayon?
That's what I was thinking straight away. I'm just having a look now.
Anybody have matches?
No, but I do have my bag of holding.
The bag of holding. Isn't that an amazing tool?
Yep.
I'm
rolling
glad
already.
you came up with that.
32.
32? Oh, for what was in there? Okay. Yeah, you find
If
an
not, I've
old
got the
pillow
nursery book.
You find an old pillowcase, and a piece of used coal.
There you go, Roger.
Thank you.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna check the bottom of the sarcophagus to see if it's like hollow or if there is like a hidden compartment in there, similar to the last one.
Well, roll me in an investigation.
That is 15.
15. You sort of duck and dive and hunt and try and look for stuff in the sarcophagus itself. It's pretty bare. You know, there's not a lot in there. No hidden compartments like in the other one. No bits and pieces. But you do find a name.
And what is that name?
And the name written on I suppose not like a medallion. What do they call dog tags? Like a religious dog tag around his neck. And his name, definitely the wrong guy walked down here. And his name is Matthew.
Oh, damn.
And on that note, we'll take a break. Don't remember where I left you. Where did I leave you?
Delic basically flew away, and we're writing down the stuff from inside the sarcophagus. And
Oh yes, it was and you learned his name was Matthew.
yes,
So you've now taken a rubbing of the front of the sarcophagus, which had writing on it, and you've taken note of the fact that the guy that was in this coffin was called Matthew.
normally with curious. Normally with like any burial sites or anything like that, they normally have like a date range of like born and death date.
I mean, if you want that, you can have it. We haven't got any sort of date ranges, but I can tell you that the age of this guy.
Yeah.
So he's 2 and he's from.
Yeah.
He's from and he's 2. That's the one. Made him 137.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Yep, definitely wanted that information.
And the skeleton of a normal sized humanoid.
Okay. Is there any like garbs or any like distinguishing clothing?
I mean, you could see that what he was wearing was a robe. That's pretty much all you can make out of it.
That's fine.
But he was wearing a dog tag. That was what I had his name on.
You know what? I'm gonna take the dog tag.
Okay.
Can I have the robe?
Can you have the robe? The dusty, rotten. I mean,
it's torn up. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's 100. Well, you don't know how long he's been dead. Hang on. He's been dead. So if he was 130, oh my God, do maths. He was 137. He died approximately 50 years ago.
Okay. All right.
That's more what I needed.
So if he was still alive, he'd be 187. And during the Holy Wars, he would have been a 90-year-old man, effectively.
Cool. And is there anything else in this room, item-wise?
Item-wise, loads and loads of coffins, but you're not in the end room.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
You're only in the room that Delic stopped in. You're not in the room that you're not in the end room.
Okay, so after the near-death shock experience, I think I'm a little bit more with it now. A little bit less delusional.
Hello.
And he doesn't quite skip his way to the next room.
Yeah, do it cautiously now.
Is there any other paths or anything else that we can see, or is it just a straight way?
So you walk around the corner. Imagine this. Imagine these rooms to look like honeycombs, right? So hexagonal.
Yeah.
So there's a path off, and it goes into another room. It doesn't stop in the room where this sarcophagus is. It continues forward.
Okay.
As soon as someone says like hexagons or honeycomb, now I immediately think of the Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah. I know the one. I love that. That was such a good event. I wanted to go on that so many times.
The only thing that gets me is I can't stand obviously it's a new series, right? I cannot stand the guys that they've got doing the commentating. They're so boring and dry. The
original Japanese was best.
And I didn't mind it when Craig Charles was doing it.
No, it was all right.
90s, early 2000s. But yeah, these guys, they're just so dry. I can't listen to them. Anyway.
I'll get up, brush myself off, and then walk through to the next area or wherever the path is taking us.
Cool. As the pair of you sort of gather yourselves and you slowly start to walk past this open sarcophagus. And you walk through and step into the next area, and that's where we'll go back to Dudley and A55. So Dudley and A55, you're now looking at a new part of corridor that you were not at or have not been down as of yet.
Cool.
And you can still hear the knocking and the chipping away at the rockwork at the top of this staircase. So you, without too much of a delay, you start heading down the corridor.
Definitely.
It doesn't take you long before you start to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, we'll just continue heading towards the light. Well, I am anyway. I'll probably assist A55 in the load of spare parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Share the load.
share the load.
Mm.
You continue walking. I mean, it's a good 200 feet in front of you. But again, this is a beautifully carved out piece of rock work. And as you start walking, and you see that light at the end of this sort of tunnel, you sort of get there. And as you sort of step out, you can see these dwarves, or you assume that the dwarves have made it. There is very similar to what you saw sort of built across the wall where that ship was harbored, where you first came into this. You could see there is built into the side of this brickwork a sort of platform, stairs, platform, stairs, platform, stairs. And as you sort of step out, you sort of look up and you can see that up again, like the village that you were in, huge open, maybe 100, 150 feet above your head. Straight up.
Looks like we had to start climbing.
But you can see all of this is built beautifully. It's all well structured. It's all well built. The area you're in, as you look down, although there's no stairs or steps or anything taking you downwards, you can see below you the sea coming in, a very similar opening into the bottom of this, and the sea sort of crashing, but not as low under your feet as you would think. The water's only sort of 30, 40 feet below you. So you feel like you've climbed a long way up, and you sort of that village that these people were living in was subterranean.
Mm.
That's a good word, that is. It was underwater level. A55 could do the math because he's like Dudley would just go, it was nice in there. Shame they wanted to eat me.
They're nothing to them.
But yeah, you start to climb up
Yeah.
this rather sturdy scaffolded stairway back to Taco and Roby. You step into the next area. And as you step into the next area, again, coffins piled high on every wall. But in the center of this, you can see what looks very out of place. But there is a well.
I don't want to look down it.
Oh, I will look down it because I don't mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this area that you've been smelling that horrible, rotten, horrid, fleshy, putrid smell. But as Taco puts his head over and sort of looks down into this dark well, there's the same, you've got the wood there and the ropes there, and the string disappears off down into the down into the darkness. But as you put your head over him, you take a deep breath. It smells fresh. It smells clean.
Can I see all the way to the bottom?
You can see darkness.
Cool. Is there any loose rocks around?
I mean, you could pick up something and drop it. You got a coin in your pocket, right?
I don't want to use the coin.
I mean, there's not really a lot of loose rocks. You'd have to make one.
Is there like, could I
Break off one of the handles of the coffin.
yeah, I'll do. I'll cast light on it and then drop it down the well.
Fair enough. You let it go, and it travels down. The only reason you can't see down is because it's dusty.
Right.
But you sort of you cast the light and you let it go, and it disappears off down, and it sort of clips off the side and clips off the side and hits the bucket. So you suddenly see the rope start flicking in front of you, and then you just hear maybe 20 feet under the bucket.
And the bucket is how far down?
Oh, to your eyes, you probably would have seen it about 80 to 100 feet.
Rogu, I think this is a job for you, just to test the rope. Gentlemen first.
I mean, there's a bucket on the end of the rope.
Doesn't mean it can hold us weight.
Well, do you want to hold your weight? So well, all right, go on. What do you want to do?
I'd like to reel up the bucket.
That's almost smart. I like it. So you get hold of the handle and you start giving it the old good one. And it sort of comes up and it's damp. But underneath the dust on the bucket, you can see there's something written.
Can I wipe away the dust and have a read?
You can wipe away the dust, but I would like you to roll an intelligence check.
Okay. That is 14.
Yeah, that's good enough. You sort of brush away the dust, and you sort of you can make out there's 4 letters on this old bucket, and it reads VIDA.
Ida. Ah, misspelt Vita for life. Is that what we're going with? Or is
It's
Vida the word for life?
No,
not
vitae is life.
Okay, fair enough.
In
Or
Latin.
vitality. Yeah.
In Latin.
Yeah.
This isn't in Latin. But yeah.
Oh, Spanish. Ah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to make it all Latin. That's boring.
Hmm.
I don't know Spanish.
I do. I'm all right at Spanish. I'm okay. But VIDA.
Oh, interesting. Ah.
Living la vida loca.
Hmm. Would Rogue know Spanish?
In the life of crazy.
Hmm. No, he wouldn't. Okay. Ah. Vida. Cool. Well, nothing good here.
Go down the well.
Why do I have to go down? I'm almost dead.
Fine. Royal blood has to do everything himself. Yeah, I will grumble and clamber in and make my way down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you put your foot in the bucket, you sort of hold on, and now
I'm not using the bucket.
You're not using the bucket.
I don't trust the weight of the rope.
Okay,
So I'm literally like doing like hands and feet of that kind of thing.
You're gonna molest it. Okay, cool.
Mm.
So you get in and you start shuffling down, and you keep going. And I mean, you look it up, and Rogu's head looks about that big in the opening, and you keep going down. You keep going down. I mean, the way the tightness of it, you're barely able to sort of look over to see how far down you go. But as you sort of You get down to sort of 80, 100 feet, and all of a sudden your bum gets wet. You've reached the water.
Oh well, I'm in there now. I'll go in.
Yeah, you let go and swoosh. And the water, it's not freezing cold. It's a nice sort of steady 21 degrees. You know, not too cold, not too hot. Somewhere in the middle. But the smell of it is fresh. It's like it's so clean. You've never had water served to you, even in your royal life. You've never had water served to you as clean and as fresh as the water in this well.
Then, knowing that, I would probably drink some.
It's the best tasting water you've ever had. Almost makes you feel happy drinking it.
Then, yeah, I will try and hold my breath and see if there's a tunnel out.
You close your eyes and you look under the water, and it's this just disappears down and down and down and down. As far as your eyes can see, you can see stonework ceiling.
Then while I'm down there, I'll slightly maneuver to get my water skin out and fill it up with this luxurious 120-pound water.
So what you notice? So you get your water skin out, which has still got some water in it. You pour that water out, and that water makes a puddle on top of the other water. The water in the well does not absorb the water that you poured on. Almost like there's something keeping them separate.
Oh, interesting. Then yeah, I'm definitely filling up my water skin with that. And then if there's nothing, is there anything around? Is there any writing on the walls or anything like that?
No, it's just the wall of a well.
Then yeah, I'll start clambering my way up.
Okay. Takes you a while. Rogu's still sort of looking down. You're all right down there. He'll be paying that much attention. But yeah, you clamber back up. A bit wet, a bit damp, but crystal clean. Like your dirty, manky, rotten, stinky robes are now beautiful, clean, at least from the chest down.
Well, I did go under.
Oh, you did, yeah. No, you're immaculate.
Ah, the best I've ever felt, Rogu. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Oh. Find anything good down there then?
The best water you could ever ask for.
Oh, Evian, eh?
Buxton.
Yes. Why don't you just roll down the bucket down there and take a sip for yourself?
Oh, all right then. And I'll give that a go.
Fair enough. So you lower the bucket down, you fill the bucket, and you bring the bucket back up. And it's getting to that time of night where my internet is starting to fail. Of course it is. Am I still with you? Am I still with you?
Just. But you're on 4 bars of red.
This time of night, every freaking week.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see if that makes a difference. So the bucket comes up, and you don't waste time. You grab hold of the bucket and straight away just pour it down you. And as you drink it, you feel fantastic. You feel amazing. You've not felt this way in ages, at least for this entire session. And you can feel all your bumps and bruises and cuts and parts of you start to heal. and you regain 12 hit points.
Oh, nice. Get in.
Rogu, do you think we could sell this?
Oh, I reckon so. Sorry,
Alright.
I went Australian there for some reason.
Yeah, you did a little bit.
I reckon.
Good day,
I'll-
mate.
Yeah, this is bloody lovely. This is. Yeah, I don't have any other containers to steal any. Yeah, so I can't really
I
store
want to
anymore.
go into my bag of holding and find the biggest container I can find.
Okay, you've already pulled vials out of your container and filled them up with stuff.
Yeah, but I'm looking at like a massive rubber balloon or or just something, I don't know, like a massive storage container where
you want a big thing. You want a big thing to fill up with water. Go on then, roll me a D100.
Cool. Please be good. Please be good. 71.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So you sort of go in there and you rummage around, and you feel something, because you know the bag of holding works. You think about what you want, put your hand in, and hope you find something. You sort of put your hand in, you grab hold of something. You can't quite work out what it is, and as you pull it out, it's like a small whiskey barrel. How that big?
That's getting filled up.
Just with a cork in the top.
Perfect. That's getting filled up.
Fills up his whiskey barrel. I will consider your whiskey barrel has. Oh, what do we fancy? Whiskey barrel has 14 portions.
70. Okay.
Has 14 portions of Vida water in it.
Now. Oh, yeah. That's fine.
That throws quite bad then. Not really any better.
Oh, hello. Yeah, of course it is.
So yes. So you've got your Vida water. You stand in this room. In front of you, you can see that there's not like a well worked or quite sturdy. It's very dusty. It's very decrepit, very old. But you can see in front of you there's like a old fashioned dumbwaiter, which they would have used to lower the coffins down into the crypt.
Well, I went down the well, Rogu. This is your turn.
Fair enough. And I'll scuttle into this dumbwaiter.
It's not small, it's quite large. It's big enough to take more than one coffin at a time.
All right, room for one more, Taco.
No. I want to see how well it works first.
Oh, all right then.
Okay. So you step onto it, it shakes a little bit. And you know when you hear that sort of like striking noise where a cable or a rope suddenly tightens, like a as you step onto it, you feel all the ropes tighten, and you sort of grab hold of the mechanism rope and you pull, and you raise up a little bit, and then you continue to go. And as you look up, you can see right high above your head that there's this teeny weeny little opening of skylight.
Oh. Oh, carry on quicker.
Starts to get again. Taku sees the bottom of this wood disappearing up this cavern. Roll me a perception, Tucker.
That's a 27.
Lovely, good perception. And as long as my internet doesn't crash on me before we finish this bloody session, stop it.
We're good.
Don't know. Keeps jumping in and out. Go again.
Oh no, has Rogu lost his mind again?
Rogu's disappearing up quite high.
Did you call for me, Rogu?
No.
Okay. There's something. Come back down. There's something here.
Thank you for joining us.
And who is us?
You see a couple of the coffins on the side move and shake.
Rogu! Rogu! Any time now really would be useful.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Down.
And you sort of see one of the hands drop out of the wood. And he's sort of there quite limp and starts doing that.
Nope. Rogu! Rogu!
I'm coming down as fast as I can.
We hope you come to stay.
Thank you for the offer, but the bed really isn't my style. But good water. 3 out of 5 stars.
Water of life. That's the dead to raise. A couple more of the coffins sort of pop open the side, and a couple more hands sort of pop out and just.
Causes the dead to raise. Ooh. With that information, I think he's going to try something.
Oh, what's he gonna try?
Well, I'm hoping Rogu's like in reach now.
Minutes away.
Minutes. Oh my god. Okay. Then he's gonna pour his water skin onto Matthew.
Oh, nice, cool.
And then back away.
You step over, you pour the water skin onto Matthew. And as you sort of pour it onto the body, up and down, you suddenly big plume of dust comes out. Like, where am I?
You're in an underground well.
I don't remember being in an underground well.
You must have hit your head. Heat stroke. Really bad.
Where's my hair? Where's my skin?
Heat stroke. Sunburn. Had to lose it.
And sort of, the hand sort of goes up and he sort of looks at it, gives it a couple of. I'm dead, aren't I?
In what sense?
Well, as in not alive anymore.
You're talking, you're conscious, that's life.
Yes, no. Pulls out a dead mouse.
I don't suppose you could tell me your full name, would you?
Well, in my younger days, I was known as Father Max. But I suppose my full name would have been Matthew Bartholomew. Oh my God. Ah,
Simpson?
no. Bartholomew Simpson.
Jehovah?
Matthew Bartholomew. I only had these out earlier. Matthew Bartholomew. Oh. Matthew Bartholomew Wingham.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
But everybody called me Father Matt.
I think there's a very specific individual who'd be interested in meeting you. Would you care to join us and get some fresh air?
Interesting. And you see, he's still staring at his hand. This feels unnatural. And I'm not sure. And he sort of puts the hands on either side, goes to stand up, and you hear a crack, like just a. And then, well, it doesn't look like they're going to work. Ah, my book. Where's my book?
What? Oh.
You see him sort of, he's sort of looking around, sort of, he even picks up his own leg and sort of like looks underneath it.
The book kind of went away with a green dragon thing.
Delic's still alive?
Yes.
Ah, he was such a fine trainee, except when he lost his temper and turned into that big green thing. When he was little, he was lovely.
Yeah, he tends to be that big green thing all the time now and not very pleasant.
It's a shame. He was a wonderful cleric.
What was the importance of the book, by the way?
Oh, well, for want of a better description, it was my spell book.
Interesting. Okay. Yes, we need to try and find Delic at some point. However, I think definitely be interesting to meet some of my acquaintances.
Yes, acquaintances.
One of them you may know.
He's lovely, yeah. And his name?
I like to call him the copper pipe or photocopier, but he goes by the name, I believe, A55.
The prodigal son returns.
Yes, I'm sure he would be very interested in meeting you again.
Tis a pleasure to know that he is still alive.
Well,
Though I would have liked to have met him in slightly better circumstances.
well, maybe some fresh air and, a manicure will help.
I don't believe my body is long for this world. I feel strange.
Well, that's fine. Let's see how long it can last, and we've got a few more magic water.
Yes, I don't know. I feel. And you see the jaw sort of drops a little bit, and the eye sort of droops, and you can see whatever magic you've used on him isn't lasting.
I do have a plan, but you might not like it.
Continue.
Would you like to keep living?
Honestly, I've lived my life. It's now the next generation's turn.
But would you like to see the copper pipe? I mean, 855 once more?
No, A55 has outgrown his uses for me. The holy wars have seen him grow and become what he is. I'm sure whatever he is, to be known as the photocopier must be very rewarding for him.
No, he's quite useless. But anyway, would you like to still keep living?
No.
Awesome. I'm so glad you said that because you really don't have a choice now. I'm going to attempt to basically pick him up.
Interesting. Okay, so you pick him up, and as you sort of grab him and lift him, you leave his legs and sort of his pelvis and everything stays in the coffin.
It's all right. You don't need legs as long as you can talk. And then I'll chuck him down the well.
Okay, cool. It is
You okay down there?
Silence came the loud reply.
Is Roku here yet?
Yes, yeah, Rogu would arrive as you sort of like picked him out and dropped him down the well.
Rogu.
Hello.
So funny story. Father Matt is alive in a weird way, and he is currently in the well.
Oh, you saw him down there?
Had to.
Okay, fair enough.
We need our business venture of this magic water, and I weren't going to use that. So what's the next best thing? Chuck him down the well.
Fair enough. So he's still alive?
He hasn't responded, but he might probably do better with someone who hasn't just chucked him down the well.
All right then. I'm assuming that in the same way that the effects on Father Matt wore off quite quickly, that all of the bones that were coming alive have ceased coming alive.
They had nothing to do with the water. Their hands are still out, their hands are still waving, they're still there.
Okay, have they progressed further since all of this? Are they getting more menacing?
No, just hands out, waving, and nothing else. Just hands waving, nothing else.
Okay, fair enough. We got time then. All right, I'll go over and chat to down the well then.
Okay.
Hello?
No reply.
As your god, I command you to speak to me.
They're difficult for him to do this without lungs, but you hear.
Oh yeah, he still has his arms, I assume. So I'll lower down the bucket and see if he can cling on to it.
Oh, God help me. You lower down the bucket, you feel it touch the water. You suddenly, again, you hear the rope, you see the rope tighten.
Cool, and I'll lift it up a little bit. Hello?
Yes! Idiot throws you down. What idiot throws a man down a well?
Good question. So what do you need to ask him, Taco?
Well, we know he's alive, so we just need to kind of bring 855 down here, and his spell book was what Delic took.
Okay, so
I just wanted to keep him alive.
All right, fair enough. So I'll lower him back into the water, then we can go get A55 and come back.
Okay, good, because I really don't like being down here with the wiggly hands.
Yeah. The hands are sort of like saying.
All right, we'll speak to you later, Matt.
So what are you doing with Matt? What are you actually doing with Father?
Putting him back in the water, leaving there in an idle position until we get A55 and we can come back at a later date.
And because he doesn't have legs, he's probably in the bucket, but not so far. So he's still getting water absorption, but not so down. We can't get him back up.
God,
like a bath, really.
Yeah, no, I've got it. Yeah. I got exactly what you're doing. So as you sort of start lowering him back down, this is ludicrous. What are you doing? I just want to die in peace.
But you should have said yes to the original question, then, shouldn't you?
What? You asked me if I wanted to be alive. The answer is no.
Exactly, you should have said yes. Anyway, we'll be back. Maybe in a couple of hours, days. I don't know. We'll be back.
And did you just hear from the bottom of the well? Ah!
Cool. All right. Yeah, so anyway, up on the, as I was traveling up the chute, I saw there was a little glimmer of light up there. Should we try and head up there both?
Yeah, I don't think I really want to stay here in much longer.
All right, sweet.
A couple more rattles, couple more hands pop out. You hear this one voice goes, bye-bye.
No.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, you get in and you start pulling to take your way up. And you start pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. You get to like halfway, right? Both roll me a perception.
19.
10.
And you hear the echo because it's coming out of the middle of the well. And it's, Jonathan, are you there? Jonathan, I just heard you say goodbye, Jonathan.
Oh.
Chatty bunch, aren't they?
Gonna continue going up.
Yep.
You continue to go up. As you continue to go up, you hear a smash of wood.
That better not be a smash of wood that's holding this lift up.
Crank faster.
Okay.
The rope's still quite taut. You hear that snap of tension every time you pull it for ting. But we'll go back to the other two. 855 and Dudley. Excuse me. You continue to walk up this. I mean, you've been what feels like walking up for hundreds and hundreds of feet. And as you sort of start to get to the top, and you sort of stand high on a beach cliff top, again 100 foot over the sea level, the sea breeze hitting you in the face, the lovely smell of salt water, the seagulls flying above your head, a few puffins nesting on the edge of the cliff face. And you look out and you can see across the beaches, and beautiful beaches setting across. But as the pair of you stand there and look across, both roll me a perception. Oh no, roll me an intelligence. This is intelligence. You can see it, but now you just got to try and work out what it is.
6.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh. 7.
7. Cool. You sort of stand there and you look out to sea, right? And you're looking south, right? You know you're looking south. And as you're looking south, you look to the right, you can see this beautiful island, this huge beach, all this green area next to you. When you look left, you can see the sea, and you can see another island. But right in the distance, you can see a major harbour with boats pulled up in the docks.
Oh,
It's what A55 can see, not me.
Both of you. I mean, it's intelligence. So both of you can see it, but you haven't worked out what it is. So I've just given you a description of what's there.
Is it another island? It looks like.
Back to Taco and Rogan. As you start pulling up and you get to the top of this shaft and you step out, you're surrounded by sort of like brickwork of like an old ruin, maybe sort of like lookout. And as you stand there and you look out, you look south. And as you look south, you can see this beautiful beach, stunning cliff face, seagulls flying over your head, salt water smell blowing into your face, the breeze off of the sea, puffins resting on the cliff face. And as you look left, roll me an intelligence.
16.
18.
So as you look left, you can see that there's a break in the sea. You can see more beach, more greenery, more. You see two figures, maybe 100 feet away from you, standing at the top of what looks like an old dormant volcano top. And as you look past them, you can see another island. And on that island, you can see that there's a large harbour, huge boats stacked in the harbour of New Serene. And you have come up on the south beach of the island of San Mateos.
Oh, no. Dive into the water, swim away. Away from it. Okay.
And as the five of you stand on the south beach of San Mateos, and you look north, you can see the glorious city of Teleme. And that's where we'll end it for this week.
Yeah.
A split party, and they made it all the way to the end. Am I confusing them? Yes. Am I confusing you? Yes. But thanks for sticking with me. And until next time, take care.